So after the Heat won Game 2, Jimmy Butler did a little trolling while sidelined with a right knee injury, mocking Jaylen Brown's infamous "Don't let us get one post" from the previous season. But the Celtics rattled off 3 straight wins to advance to the Eastern semis. So this weekend, Butler was at Rock the Bells and had this to say about the Heat's postseason, how the Heat's postseason would have looked if he was healthy.
If I was playing, Boston would be at home. New York, damn sure would be fucking at home. Josh Hart. What the fuck that mean to me? Josh Hart.
Yo, stop fucking.
Come on, man. Nah, I love Tibbs, but I don't want to. I love Tibbs. I love you, baby. I want to beat you to a pulp.
You know,
He's wrong.
a little turned up off the Bev.
Hey, that's one of them.
So Heat team president Pat Riley met with the media on Monday to discuss the state of the franchise and had this to say about Jimmy's comments.
You know, for him to say that, you know, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling or is that Jimmy serious? You know, if you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
What do y'all think about Pat's reaction to Jimmy's?
The fact that when he said, I don't know if he's trolling, kind of feels like he's adapted Jimmy's 2 parts of him. Like that, you know what I mean? Because he could have just said, just shut the fuck up. And everybody be like, yeah, that's Pat Riley being Pat Riley.
Yeah.
So the fact he gave him a little grace, like, hey, I don't know if it's Jimmy trolling or...
Trolling?
But I mean, it's, you know, like, you know, players are like that too. What he said. I remember I was talking shit to, when I was talking shit to Dwayne Wade, and Larry had to guard him, and he gave us 40. And, you know, he was like, yo, man, like, stop talking shit to people you ain't guarding. My bad.
Hey, don't get him
I
home.
thought I was gonna. So, you know, it is a thing. Like, if you ain't out there, man, just go ahead, shut it.
Yeah, shut up.
So Riley also said that he'd have no intention of trading Butler. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. I'm fucking up. So he finished 8th in the East for the 2nd straight season, but without playoff Jimmy weren't able to replicate the finals run they made last year. According to Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald, Butler's looking for a max extension this offseason and will likely request it from the Heat on July 7th when he becomes eligible. The Heat don't have to give him an extension, I think, till summer of 2025, but he's trying to get the ball rolling a little bit early. But when asked about Butler's extension, Riley had this to say.
That's a big decision on our part to commit, you know, that kind of those kinds of resources, unless you have somebody who's really going to be there, you know, available every single night. That's the truth.
So Riley also said that he'd have no intention of trading Butler, but since joining the Heat in 2019, Butler's missed 100 regular season games, 7 playoff games, never played more than 64 games in a season, and missed 25 games this season, including the playoffs. So should the Heat give Jimmy Butler a max extension, or is it time for them to blow up this roster?
From that message, look like they're going to have to wait. They're going to have to wait for a minute.
You can ask if you want.
Look like they're going to have to wait till 2025 from that message.
Wait, is he a free agent? No, he's
got a couple years left on his contract. I think 2 more years left on his deal.
So he's trying to just get out there.
Trying to get that bread. I think it'd be somewhere in the range of like a 2-year, $13, $15 million extension.
Not right now.
Ain't happening, Jack.
Not right now.
You don't think so?
No, sir. Somebody that's not available. Do you?
I'm going to say you get the man.
No, but
But he's got a player option in 2025 too. So.
You know what? Take it.
No, what I'm saying is, the reason I'm saying is, if they're planning on keeping him, he's at his cheapest point right now.
Yeah,
because he's not making an All-NBA team. So giving him the max now versus he makes an All-NBA team and I got to pay him Supermax.
Jimmy's not making an All-NBA team no time soon.
You're not healthy enough.
But if he didn't know what I'm saying is, he's not making an All-NBA because he's not even eligible for it without the 65 games.
Yeah.
What happens when he's eligible?
We got to play the 65 games, though, right? He's never played more than 64.
But
if he does play 65 games, is Jimmy top 15 in the NBA? Top 20?
Nah, they're not even having
regular season. Top 20.
Nah.
But
you don't want that motherfucker to be like, all right.
I mean, if it leads to a championship.
Well, guess what? Hey,
if it leads to a championship, he ain't gonna care.
Hey, motherfucking Pat and Mick Harrison were like, okay, show me. They on that motherfucker like, show me. Right? You say you that dude, so guess what? We're gonna hold this thing over here that you want, and hey, you can compete for one. You can go out and you made it to the finals, but that
No, I'm not.
But I'm just.
It's my thing is if you're gonna keep him, right? My thing is if you don't have no plans on changing him because you know what he looks like when he plays.
Yeah.
What happens during that contract year? Like we know contract players come up.
Absolutely.
And he decides to bring playoff Jimmy into the regular season to get to the 65. Now I got to pay him Supermax.
You don't.
And then
you don't have to pay him though. That's the thing. You don't have to pay him.
They have the leverage.
You can let him walk. He can play great. It still didn't lead to no championship, so what are we talking about here? In their eyes, in the Miami Heat eyes, this is Pat Riley and them. They didn't lead to no championship, so what are we talking about here, right? So we can let you walk. If you played great, okay, cool. Jimmy Butler playing at his best is going to average what during the regular season?
24.
23, 22 maybe.
That's
Yeah, around
like we hoopers and Jimmy Butler changes the needle for teams when he's engaged. Yes, absolutely, right? And this is peak Jimmy, 24, 25. Is that enough? For what? For this, where this NBA is going next year? In that Eastern Conference of teams, we see the things that's being done. Like you just got.
I just don't like the idea that they said they're not trading them. So if you're not trading them, then you
got to play it out.
Then you got to play it out.
Yeah, and see how you do because he said he's not available. Pat thing is somebody who hasn't played. That's his words. Somebody who hasn't played, who's missing games. Da, 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 da. So they're paying attention to it.
That's the question mark on the board.
So, yeah, his name up on the board for it, and it's a question mark, right? If he come out next year, play 82 games, they make a deep playoff run, then there's a different conversation maybe at the end of the season. But I don't think it happens before that.
Yeah.
Because there's no need for them to have the conversation before that.
No, you don't.
Before the end of next season, not during the end of next season.
End of next season. So
Yes.
like right now, they would be because he
There's
would know
nothing
if he
to talk about.
What I'm saying is he'd know if he made a team or not.
Yeah,
but
right now,
if
but-
he ends up making a team next year, there's no talking.
But
You
they
already
said,
know
but
what
you
he
can let
wants.
him walk though.
Now he wants 50 more million.
So therefore, you can let somebody else give him their 50
like he
more.
said.
million.
That's what Miami's not tripping. They're just we just sitting like he
And
said.
then
We
you
just
lost
sitting
Jimmy
back.
Butler and got back nothing. What the hell?
I mean,
Well, what do we get for him? Do we get a championship?
no.
So that's what I'm saying. So this is, if he brings the championship and he wants the money and he make first, second, third team,
He ain't bringing no. He ain't bringing no championship.
So that's what Pat and them think. He's missing games. He's not available when we need him.
be trolling.
You're fucking with people you ain't playing. Listen, you put the target on these guys back that's actually out here available for us. And this is Pat Riley we talking about. This is not nobody. This is Pat Riley we talking about. No nonsense.
It's that new style. It's that regular max and that super max, and that is two different things. So it's like when you're sitting there negotiating, and you're really negotiating against yourself on a player that's regular max and super max, right? You got these two windows, and it's that I'm going to give you the max. Or I'm going to give you the super max. And even if I don't give you the super max, you're going to be, once you hit all NBA, you're more than the regular max.
Yes. So
a lot of players got to really, or a lot of teams got to really look at and evaluate players and try to figure out who can possibly jump into that next realm and beat it before you get there.
Yeah, then you're looking at who else is going to be available.
Like somebody like
he
Murray.
comes available, right? Like,
He'll be up.
So you're looking at who else is going to be available when Jimmy's deal is. So
even if you
summer, what's that? Next
next summer, right?
Let's say when you trade him, like let's say you wanted to trade him, sign and trade him, you can't even sign and trade him for a supermax player.
Yeah.
So even if you're trying to get back a superstar,
No, you can't. So you let him walk. So you let him
he
walk.
ain't even worth.
You sign somebody in free agency next time. That's what I'm saying. So
And how old is he?
you play it out.
30. Is he 32?
Then you see who's available next summer, like who all going to be free when he up. And then you I'm
playing it out.
I'm playing it out. If I'm them and just
Do you just break it up?
and seeing, but break what up?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Break
what
what
I'm
up?
saying. Yeah, that's what they don't
They
have
got
any.
You can let Jimmy walk and add a piece and you're not missing. Yo,
They're only 3.
They don't have any.
like you can let Jimmy walk and add another piece and you're not missing somebody who and you're not missing anything because of how they play, right?
You can. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
right,
because they play team ball. I mean,
what I'm saying is, with the team they have, let's just be honest. With the team they have, it ain't no championship team.
Yeah.
Right. You got 2 players who are technically like a second and a third option. Do you just break the team up and just make it just bottom feeding team? Or you try to use them to get a generational player, but you don't really have.
Yeah, but Bam is a 4. I don't like him at the 5.
He's a 4.
Let's start there. He needs to play his natural position, so you need to help him in that regard, right? Jimmy Butler, talented, but if I right now, the Heat has always had the problem. But they have problem really recently putting the ball in the basket as a team. Yeah. You need scoring. You're gonna play the way you're gonna play no matter what. Defensively, you're gonna compete. So that's never a question with the Miami Heat. The guys who we look at as lesser defenders, look well in the Miami Heat organization because of how they play.
Yep.
If I'm me, I'm looking at somebody like a Zach LaVine that's coming up, right? I think, shit, on that team, Zach LaVine can average motherfucking 28.
Yeah.
And he gonna look to average 28.
Yeah.
30, like.
For him and DeMar on the team.
So somebody like that, I'm looking at, he coming available too, shit. Jimmy, I'm letting Jimmy walk if I can get Zach LaVine. Or it's just, who else is coming available that's at that guard position that can score that's going to be up for money here soon, right? There's a couple guys.
Yeah.
Paul George.
That's a little bit younger.
That's a little bit younger, and you never know.
Yep.
You never know, but I'm just, if I'm...
Yeah, they don't have to extend them this year, right?
So, I understand you want it, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And we ain't.
They said they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm trying to figure out why the fuck is Miami having a press conference on a Monday? On a Monday, motherfucker.
This is Pat's scheduled day.
I was gonna say, nigga, they ain't got shit to do with y'all. Y'all season over with.
Pat normally talk on Mondays. Last one of the season.
Is he the only
exit meeting?
Is this the only person that does that?
I don't know.
I've never seen.
So Matt Ishbia met with the media last week from Phoenix. So I'm just saying they're doing kind of their.
He up there, bitch, delusional.
They do have the exit meeting
He's
with them.
delusional as they come. We're just gonna stick with what we got. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah, Pat also said he hadn't met with Jimmy. I think Jimmy had been at the facility in recent days, but Pat hadn't actually met. He said he wasn't in my office, but.
That motherfucker, boy.
Well, but you know, Pat cool until he ain't.
Yeah.
Pat cool until winning ain't involved.
To them rings. Yep. He want that ring.
Pat cool until you jeopardize winning. And what we building, I love you. You can have your coffee. We can do all that shit. You can stay in the Airbnb, do all that shit on the road you want. But when you jeopardize winning around here, now we need to have another conversation.
Facts.